so much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you to Ranking Member Sears for putting together this very important hearing as the Nicaraguan people march through the streets today on a national strike to demand Ortega's exit from power. And like Albio Sears, I also have a wonderful constituent, Nora Sandigo, who's there in the audience. Nora, please stand up, and she's been such a valiant fighter for the people of Nicaragua and all Central America. Muchas gracias, Nora. And I especially want to commend the wonderful work that USAID Administrator Green, who's a dear friend of this subcommittee, for what he's been doing to assist the people of Nicaragua and Venezuela. I have to say that I'm relieved that this administration, unlike the previous administration, is paying close attention to the Western Hemisphere and has shown a willingness to lead on many fronts, including Ortega's escalating repression in Nicaragua. I've already led 2 letters urging sanctions on Ortega's cronies for their roles in corruption and human rights violations against the Nicaraguan people, and the administration has responded by including all of these individuals on the global Magnitsky list. That we should build on that list, which is why I intend to send another letter in the near future with all of our colleagues here, because we know that these despots will do anything to cling to power, and they only respond to pressure. Ortega is the sole individual responsible for the ongoing violence and the rising death toll in Nicaragua today, but it's not something that just happened overnight. It's not like we didn't know what to expect when Ortega reclaimed power in Nicaragua. I came to Congress in 1989, and at that time, democracy was sort of looming in Nicaragua after Ortega's first reign of terror, which took the lives of over 100,000 Nicaraguans. Due to his repression, thousands of Nicaraguans had already fled their native homeland to seek refuge in our great country, and we're so proud in South Florida to have a growing Nicaraguan American community. And as a political refugee myself, just like Mr. Albio Sears, we fled Castro's grip on power in our native homeland of Cuba, so we can relate to the hardships that the Nicaraguan people faced in a new country. So that's why, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member, it pains me so much to see Nicaragua go down this path again. He's pulled off many tricks to position himself in the place he is now with the help of his wife and so-called Vice President Rosario, and you know she's wicked. He's bad, and she's a great partner in terror. He's been able to systematically weaken and dismantle democratic institutions in Nicaragua. What a pair. He and his family control every institution, every aspect of the country. He's co-opted and coerced the private sector. He's unleashed his thugs to violently crush any and all dissent, all of which has caused angst, frustration, despair among the Nicaraguan people. And that brings us to the tragic situation that we have today. In April, the Nicaraguan people said, basta ya, enough is enough, took to the streets in opposition to Ortega and his corrupt policies. And in just 2 short months, almost 400 Nicaraguans' lives and the life of at least 1 U.S. citizen have been taken at the bloody hands of the murderous Ortega regime. Thousands of people have been injured, hundreds mysteriously disappeared, while hundreds of thousands from all ages and all socioeconomic backgrounds continue to be intimidated, repressed, and threatened on a daily basis. The violence is escalating, and the advanced technical weapons being used, it's alarming. Ortega has doubled down on his repressive tactics. In just this week, he has ruled out early elections, sent henchmen to fire shots near the residence of the U.S. ambassador to Nicaragua. Just this week, killed more than 30 people, sent more of his mobs to physically attack priests and ransack churches. These are not the actions of someone who wants to work in good faith to reach a peaceful resolution. These are not the actions of someone who truly wants a national dialogue. These are the actions of a thug who wants to stay in power no matter what the cost. And to that end, Ortega has expanded his cooperations with regimes across the region and beyond. Just last week, several reports indicated that Maduro had sent a shipment of weapons to Ortega, and there are reports that suggest that the Cubans have shipped in their military personnel and snipers to Nicaragua as well. And we've known for years about Ortega's coziness with Putin. So there's a lot of alarming trends, Mr. Chairman, none of them good. but at least the people of Nicaragua know where the U.S. stands, and we stand with the people of Nicaragua. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Ranking Member.